The cobbles are supposed to be ringing with wedding bells and celebration, but behind closed doors, an absolute nightmare is unfolding. Todd's dream getaway to Thailand just turned into one of the most chaotic and terrifying days Coronation Street has seen in a very long time. We are talking about a full-on lockdown inside a flat, an intense physical clash, and a dangerous individual desperately trying to escape justice by scaling the street's scaffolding. The situation with Theo pushes everyone to their absolute breaking point, and the arrival of DC Kit Green changes the game entirely. If you want to stay ahead of all the biggest twists and exclusive updates from the cobbles, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Coronation Street Update right now. We dive deep into the drama every single day, and I promise to always bring you the absolute truth about your favourite characters. Let us get right into the thick of it, because the emotional rollercoaster Todd goes through in this storyline is off the charts. We all know Todd has been planning this massive trip to Thailand. It was supposed to be his great escape, a chance to clear his head, find some peace, and maybe even explore a new chapter of his life. The bags were out, the excitement was real, and George was stepping up in that wonderfully classic George way. You have to love George in these moments. He is bustling around, playing the ultimate protector and father figure, handing over travel adapters, a money belt, and constantly fussing over Todd's itinerary. It is a really sweet, grounded moment that shows just how much George genuinely cares. He wants Todd to be safe, secure, and fully prepared for this big adventure. But the tragedy here is that the real danger is not waiting in a foreign country. The real danger is walking right outside their front door. Enter Theo. You guys know the history here, and you know just how unsettling Theo has become. Recently, some very dark accusations surfaced regarding Theo and his past behaviour, and it is clear to everyone that he is completely spiralling out of control. His obsession with Todd has been brewing for a while, turning from uncomfortable harassment into straight-up intimidation. Todd has been trying to keep a brave face, focusing on his flight and ignoring the creeping dread. But Theo is not the kind of guy who just walks away. He is unpredictable, highly volatile, and clearly operating on a completely different wavelength. The contrast on the street makes this whole situation even more surreal. Just a few doors down, the community is coming together for a beautiful local wedding. You have people dressed to the nines, laughing, taking photos, and tossing confetti into the air. The music is playing, the drinks are flowing, and it is a picture-perfect Weatherfield celebration. But while the neighbours are toasting to love and happiness, a completely different reality is crashing down on Todd. Theo manages to corner Todd, and the tension instantly skyrockets. We are not just talking about harsh words being exchanged. Things escalate into a deeply terrifying physical clash. It is a high-stakes scuffle that leaves everyone breathless. Theo is completely unhinged, pushing Todd to the absolute limit. You can see the sheer panic in Todd's eyes as he realizes this is not just a passing argument. Theo means business, and if they do not get the situation under control, someone is going to face a very grim fate. Without getting into the graphic details, let us just say the altercation was intense enough to make your heart pound out of your chest. It was an absolute DM nightmare. Realizing that reasoning with a madman is impossible, Todd and George are forced into a desperate move. They manage to retreat and barricade themselves inside the flat. It is a full-on lockdown situation. Imagine being trapped in your own living room, dragging furniture against the door, holding your breath while a dangerous individual is pacing right outside. The psychological strain of that moment is immense. George is doing everything in his power to keep Todd calm, but the reality of the situation is terrifying. They are trapped. Todd's flight to Thailand is ticking closer, his bags are packed, but he cannot even step out of his own front door without risking his safety. This is when the authorities finally get involved, and thank goodness they do. Sirens cut through the sound of the wedding celebration outside, bringing a sudden, chilling halt to the festivities. DC Kit Green arrives on the scene, and you immediately feel the shift in energy. Kit does not play around. He assesses the situation quickly, realizing that they are dealing with a barricaded threat and a highly volatile suspect. The police presence swarms the area, and for a second, you think it is all over. You think Theo is finally going to be put in cuffs and dragged away to face the consequences of his actions. But Theo is like a cornered animal, and he is not going down without a massive spectacle. Realizing that the front door is blocked by the cops, he makes a wildly reckless decision. He forces open a back window and scrambles out onto the builder's scaffolding attached to the side of the building. It is a heart-stopping visual. You have this desperate, dangerous guy clinging to the metal bars, dangling above the cobbles, while the police shout orders from below and the wedding guests stare in absolute shock. The suspense is unbearable. One wrong move, and Theo could easily meet his end right there on the pavement. He is scrambling across the boards, knocking over tools, desperately trying to find a way down into the alleyway to escape the tightening net. Kit Green is barking orders, trying to secure the perimeter, but in the chaos and the maze of the construction site, Theo manages to slip through the cracks. He vanishes into the shadows of the back streets, leaving behind a trail of absolute destruction and a deeply shaken community. The cops are left searching the area, but the immediate threat is temporarily gone. Back inside the flat, the adrenaline is crashing. The barricade is carefully moved away, and Kit checks on Todd and George. The emotional toll of the day is written all over Todd's face. He has just survived a terrifying ordeal. His sanctuary has been violated, and the guy who caused it all is currently on the run. Most people would completely break down in this moment. Most people would cancel their plans, lock the doors, and refuse to leave the house. But this is where Todd shows incredible resilience. He looks around at the mess, looks at George, and makes a massive decision. He refuses to let Theo win. He refuses to let this unhinged stalker steal his joy, his peace, or his hard-earned trip to Thailand. With his hands still shaking slightly, Todd grabs his suitcase. George tries to talk him out of it, suggesting he stay and rest, but Todd's mind is made up. He zips up his jacket, grabs his passport, and walks out the front door. Stepping out onto the street, the juxtaposition is crazy. The police tape is blowing in the wind, the scaffolding is rattled, and the wedding guests are still whispering in small, shocked groups. But Todd just keeps his head high. He wheels his suitcase down the cobbles, walking right past the chaos, and heads straight for the airport. It is a powerful, defining moment for his character. He is taking his life back, leaving the toxic drama of Weatherfield in his rearview mirror, even if it is just for a little while. This entire episode is a masterclass in tension and drama. It completely changes the dynamic on the street. The residents are going to be talking about this for weeks, and the fact that Theo is still out there, somewhere in the wind, means this story is far from over. Kit Green is going to have his hands full tracking him down, and you just know that when Theo finally resurfaces, it is going to be explosive. I want to know what you guys think about Todd's decision. Was he incredibly brave to get on that plane, or is he making a huge mistake by leaving while Theo is still on the loose? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, because I read every single one of them, and I love seeing your theories. You guys are the smartest viewers on YouTube, and we are going to break down every single clue as this storyline continues to unfold. Do not forget to smash that like button, subscribe to CoronationST update, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a drop of the tea. Stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.